Hello and welcome to this slightly different video where I thought I'd talk over a replay instead of just letting you watch it with no context whatsoever. Today I am sailing the brand new, all spanking, that's wrong, the all spanking brand new Edgar, HMS Edgar, new supership cruiser, which you might have seen before. She's been out for 3 months, did you realise that? She was available originally if you bid a minimum of 100 million credits in an auction in 11.6. Yeah, you were stupid to do that. It's only 56 million. Actually, it's not even that. It's only 47, I think. Anyway, I digress. I have this thing now. I waited time. So, what is it? Essentially, she is a Minotaur. She is the top of that line. She is the supership for that line. And all the superships, currently anyway, are basically just evolutions of their tier 10s. This is just a Mino with an extra turret. Look at the back of it, there's 3, no longer 2. So this is 6 double rapid firing 152mm guns that only fire AP, the same as the Minotaur. A trade-off, however, is that she is slightly bigger. Not much, but you probably won't notice it playing it, but she is a little bit bigger. She's a little bit more sluggish. She doesn't quite turn as good as the Mino. And she's slightly worse concealed, being 9.5 at best versus, I think, 9.2 of the Minotaur. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Mino's 9.2. I've played it enough. The other difference as well, which you'll notice when the ship's turning, is that the turrets, every single one of them, front and back, are 360 degrees, which means they just turn through the ship. Whether you're going forward or wiggling the back end, running away from something, all the turrets will be facing wherever you've got the camera. As we start raining AP shells on this bow on Salem, which isn't the best thing in the world. You want to be broadside. Oh, here we go. Howdenlu planes coming in. And another thing of note, whilst those planes are flying in, as you can see the planes being shot down, this thing has insane AA. It has the Mino's 6.9 kilometer range, same as... that's wrong. It has 6.9 kilometer range, same as the Mino, because it has the 152mm dual-purpose guns. But she has 1950s, I think, anyway, modern anti-aircraft machine guns on the side. 76mm autocannons. That form her... They call it mid-range. It's 5 kilometers. The entire 5 kilometer aura is 500 DPS. There ain't many carriers that are going to get through this. In fact, I've played it a few times and against super carriers, and the jet planes very rarely get through to you. Maybe one does just on a sliver of health. As I turn to look at the enemy supercruiser, their Condé, the French one, seeing if I could lob him. I did just get a couple of shells on him, but it wasn't worth trying. You'll also notice that straight back or straight forward, you can only ever fire 2 guns. The second turret, both front and back, if you're looking at the numbers, the second turret does not fire over the rear or front most turret. It just does not elevate enough, even at max range. Maybe with range upgrade it will, but I doubt it will. I haven't tried it. And she also comes with the standard consumable set of the Mino. So you have damage control. You're a ship in World of Warships. Every ship has damage control. Kill me when the day that doesn't happen, because that ship will not be worth it. She has the traditional Royal Navy super heal. So it heals, it just reprints the ship if you don't take a citadel and die. She has standard 5 kilometer hydro, 5 kilometer ship hydro, 3.5 detecting torps, and the choice between the smoke screen or a 10 kilometer radar. As you can see here, I am not being stupid. I am not playing in division with a person who can smoke me up. I am not relying on a teammate to smoke me when I have a radar. So I am playing smoke. I've seen radar crew Edgars go around before. They are a nightmare. If they're good, I'm not. I don't try it. I don't recommend you try it if you don't believe in yourself enough. So what I'm doing here is I'm just moving up I say slowly, I start going full speed in a minute, to try and get angles on these two annoying cruisers that are sat behind the island. So far, I haven't been shot at and we're okay. I'm just keeping an eye on to my right, these 3 battleships, because I am being aimed at by 2 things. One I assumed was just that Condé. The other, as I'm about to find out now, was that Patrie, the enemy super battleship, the French new super battleship, which I'll do another video on at some point if I can get around to it. Who did just fire at me. We did get a bit lucky, because the armour on this, surprisingly, you'll be surprised for a British light cruiser, it can bounce shells. It can tank to an extent. Not through the nose and the stern, it is just 16mm. It just, anything that's 240 or above will just go straight through the nose and stern like a hot knife through butter. But her side plating, her citadel plating, which is very, very exposed if you're broadside, so don't broadside, you can bounce even Yamato and the Satsuma 510mm shells. She is, if you get lucky, if you don't get lucky, you just get deleted. But as we can see, we're safe here in this very long duration 2-minute smoke screen. So we're just looking to get some shots on this Howden. Is he going to peek out? Is he going to come? Come on, you know you want to. You know you want to. And here is where I show off the other feature that this ship, quite a lot of the super ships have been getting, is a burst fire mode. On this I don't find it that useful, but I try it here. You see, you get, essentially this gives you 3 salvos with a 1.2 second reload in between, which I didn't get right. I hit turrets and just incapped one of his turrets and didn't kill him. But given the reload on this thing, when you spec it, is 2.8 seconds, the 1.2 burst fire just seems a bit Maybe you can get in a situation to nuke a destroyer when you're so close that you just can't get away and you just get, what would that be, 6, 12, 18 shells in 2 seconds? Sure, maybe that's worth it. What's that thing firing at? Clear not me, we got away with it. So my RPF now is currently pointing directly to my left. Not that way, the other way. Turn around. Don't look at the Condé, turn around. Look behind you. The Patrie has managed to sneak up, which is quite surprising for a massive super battleship. If you turn the ship, turn! Come on! Get it turned. And you can see here, we took 1 citadel through the stern, but the rest of it mostly just harmlessly bounced off the side. Like I said, the back and front of this is not armoured at all. Don't rely on it. So we're just firing torpedoes off to see if he's going to keep chasing and come around the corner, but I don't think he will. He doesn't seem to be that kind of brainless battleship player. And here we go. He's aimed at the side of me, and you'll hear it. Listen here. It all ricochets. 430mm guns on the lightest armoured cruiser in, well, maybe not in the game. There are a few others probably, but it bounced. You can use the side plates to bounce shells. As we get another smoke screen off, and we just use this Z as spotting to sit here and farm this Patrie with AP. I have noticed one thing, however, as we do just take 20,000 from the Patrie as he citadels are side plating because it's not armoured at all if you go full broadside. People tend to blind fire this. If you're sat in smoke, keep your eyes open all the time. There are shells coming in everywhere. Like, there's not one time in the smoke I have sat still and not seen a shell come flying near my ship. So what I do here is, instead of because I know he's probably going to fire again at me if I sit in that smoke screen. He's already done it once and citadeled me. I decide to leave, which you think might be a bit weird, given I was nice and safe in that smoke screen, could not be spotted if I shoot or by planes or whatever. But I figure if I'm out the smoke screen behind it, and he tries to blind fire me, he'll think I'm still in the smoke screen and aim in the smoke, thereby missing me by hopefully a country mile. However, that doesn't matter because he's out the smoke screen, and I get spotted by... He's out the smoke screen. Of course he's out the smoke screen. He's reversed behind the island, and I got spotted by a plane. So my little sneaky tactic of hiding behind my own smoke screen didn't really work. As the FDG there, Fredrik the Grosser, did also try and kill me. As we get spotted again by planes that are coming in behind me. I don't know what they were. Were they fighters? Going after the other fighters that were trying to spot the Fletcher? I think they were. So we're just going to sit here a little bit. Just spam out these AP shells. Because it does hit quite hard. You'd be surprised for only 6 light guns. But just like a Mino, it just keeps spitting them out and spitting them out. Like, look how many shells are in the air currently. There's just an absolute ton of shells, quite literally. Oh, one other major difference as well between the Mino is that this has 12-kilometer torpedoes. So you might think I'm a bit of a stupidity sat there in that smoke firing torpedoes at ships that were like 11.5 kilometers from me, thinking they won't reach. No, they will. They're 12 kilometers because why not? It's a super ship. Give it better everything. So even there, you can see they are 13 away from me. They probably won't hit. But if they keep coming towards me to this side of the cap to chase, they might hit. You just never know. You might as well chuck them out. I've got them loaded. Who knows? As I just sit around here spotting these two for the Z52 in his smoke screen now, farming these to reset them. And I'm just waiting for my own smoke screen to come back off cooldown so that I can start lighting these two up again, hopefully trying to kill them. Because they both seem preoccupied in trying to blind fire the Z. These two are obsessed with blind firing, I found. I don't know why. I don't know why people have started doing it a lot more often. As our poor Fletcher that seems to have died in the middle has got his tops off, and their Republic just killed our Yoshino on the other side of the map. So now there's only 4 of us against 6 of them. And that's 2... Well, okay, not very healthy battleships anymore. The Petrie is still quite scary. It's still a super battleship. You don't really want to turn away from that. And that Frederick the Great got 1 blind off being on fire. I managed to kill him, and he gets the luckiest shell ever. The one shell that was nowhere near the salvo. Of course it happened to find the Citadel. Why wouldn't it? It must have a magnet in it. It's probably got a magnet in it directing that shell straight towards it. As the Z now spots the Petrie for me. And their carrier promptly decides to fly away from this very angry looking smokescreen that's firing a lot of AA shells at it. Petrie again trying to blind fire me here in the smoke. Does get a hit, but this time only an overpen. As he seems to have beached on the island, trying to turn away from what I assume was the Z Torps. He is, he's trying to reverse away. So we aim a bit back. We aim a bit further back. Trying to hit this superstructure, because that's like the only thing that's all pen at this kind of range. He blind fires again. Getting another hit on me. He seems to be running AP damage increase, because he's getting overpens for 1500. That's not right on that thing. Did we get the kill? We need to get a few more shells in the air. Come on, keep going. There we go, we got him. Right, so that's these 2 battleships, and hopefully this side of the map, now taken care of. And now, suddenly, we are 4 versus 3. We are still behind on points, though, by just under 20 points we are behind. But we should be okay, because now we've got this side clear. The Z should be able to just go into the B and cap it for completely free, uncontested. That's a full HP Azumo. That will be a slight problem. But first, we have to deal... Well, ideally, we should kill that Republic first and kill off the low HP. So as I'm moving towards the cap to cap B, just in case the Z, for some reason, gets killed. As we get closer and closer and closer. Now we're in range of the Republic. Because this has also, because why not, it has more range than the Mino. Mino has 15.8 by default. This has 16.5. So we start, again, unloading all the AP in the world in the air at this angled in Republic, which is not a fun thing to deal with. So we're going to aim for that small superstructure at this kind of range anyway. Got the range dialed in, shells are flying in the air. The carrier hit him with torps for 10k. And my shells that are flying through the air finish him off. And that's at 180,000 damage. And now my 3rd kill. Now start parking behind this island. And again, lighting up another battleship. However, this one is even more armoured. It's an Izumo with an even smaller superstructure. Yeah, this isn't going to be easy. As I'm now... Looking back, maybe I should have just sat behind that island and just let the carrier spot him and just fire shells. But I thought I'd get closer to try and get torps. Because look where our carrier is. This Izuma's heading straight towards him. So I thought I'd better get in front and try and get some torps out. So now I'm back behind the cover of another island. I start firing again. Now I know I can't be spotted by the Izuma. Chuck out the torps because he is still coming. Doesn't seem to be moving or anything. They're just insurance torps, so they don't really need to be relied on. We just keep shooting him and shooting him. Lighten him up. The carrier is absolutely melting him as well with the bombs and the torps. He appears to be on double fire. He's now looking at me as well, so I don't get tempted to show broadside. This thing will get deleted if you show broadside. However, in doing so, I'm only ever using 2 of my guns doing that. And he gets killed by the Audacious. And in the meantime, our Z did cap B. So now we have 3 caps to 1. It's just us 3 versus the carrier, and we're now 200 points ahead. This is pretty much a sealed deal. This should be quite an easy win, regardless of what happens now. But just in case, I am moving back towards the Z, just to giving some AA cover in case he needs it. I've got RPF pointing out to the carrier where he might be. Move from the bottom. I thought he'd be on the island. He's not. He's obviously going towards the cap. Here he comes with his AP rockets. AA starts firing at 6.9. 6.9 is not very good at 6.9. You see, now is when the planes start getting lit up. There you go, 2 planes down. And 3 planes down. 4 planes down. 5 planes down. Get the A defense expert. You get some AP into the broadside, but not citadels. We did angle it enough to not take citadel pens, because that could have been the end of us then. So yeah, this Richthofen's not going to have a very good time of trying to get into this thing. He has the lowest HP planes for a tier 10 carrier against possibly the best AA cruiser at tier 11, not tier 10, it's tier 11. So he comes again with his torpedo bombers this time. Pop the Hydro just in case he decides to drop them short, so I can see where they are early enough, but he doesn't seem to, he just drops them right on my forehead. Take one of the nose, no flood though. Pop the heal, even though it's kind of useless because it's not really healing the full amount, but better to be safe than sorry. We keep turning so we can't turn the torps in again. So he's missed that second drop, and we start lighting up the side of a carrier. Although trying to do damage to a carrier at this kind of range is not very easy with a Minotaur-esque ship. It just tends to bounce off the deck. There goes the high caliber. Getting more planes shot down. This carrier is not having a very fun time of it. He's still there somewhere. He's still going towards the cap. Where is he? There he is. I'm too busy looking at planes. Start firing. Come on. There he's coming with the AP bombers. You'll notice me here switch to burst fire. It's kind of useless. But I thought I might just get deleted by the AP bombers. So I thought, right, before the game's over and before I die, get all the shells in the air. And to be fair, I did nearly kill him. But not quite. But we do manage to kill him. We end up just shy of 240,000 damage. We made 1 million credits. Got Confederate, Dreadnought, High Caliber, and AA Defense Expert of all things. Come top quite easily, quite convincingly, with just under 3.4 thousand base experience, 45 planes shot down, followed by the carrier, who also did do a pretty good job, to be fair. We got over 90,000 damage on that Patrie. He did just like to sit there in front of my shells for a long time. Frederick the Great, not too much. Izumo, the Republic, not too much. And we end up getting 700,000 credits. So, my impressions of the Edgar. She's an alright ship. If you like the Mino, yeah, go for her. She's basically just a Mino in tier 11 with extra guns. So anyway, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you liked what you see. And don't forget to consider following my Twitch, where some of this is done live. Not all the time, but some of it is. So thank you for watching. I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.